Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of December 9th. In this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're focused on the impact that Celadon's closure could have on the truckload marketplace, and we just want to give you a heads up. This is one of the few 2-minute warnings that is actually going to run a little bit over. But stay tuned. I think you'll find it very worthwhile. The big news this week is that Celadon, a truckload carrier out of Indianapolis, has officially filed for bankruptcy. Now, in response, we've heard from some of you when you want some key questions answered. First, what does this mean for the capacity in the truckload marketplace? B, if capacity is affected, should I expect to see my truckload rates go up immediately or sometime in the near future? And then third, are there some other key issues that we should be concerned about as we march off into 2020 in managing our transportation costs? Now, with respect to capacity in the marketplace, we went and talked with our friend Scott Group at Wolf Research. They do a great job of covering the truckload marketplace, and he shared some important information. And you need to keep this information in mind so that you'll have some perspective about what's actually occurred. You see, the headlines came out and it said, this is the largest bankruptcy in the history of the truckload marketplace. Gets everyone really concerned. Well, Scott pointed out that Celadon had an estimated run rate of about $500 million in annual revenues. Now, in the context of a truckload marketplace that's estimated to be in excess of $300 billion, you understand that the revenue, we're looking at something about 0.2%. We also saw that Celadon had about 2,700 or 3,000 tractors. There's some questions there, and that's a lot of equipment. But keep this in mind. According to Scott, the build of Class 8 tractors here in North America for October alone was 27,000. Now, that doesn't mean that Celadon's closure isn't something that we should be concerned about. They were a very good carrier, and the key reason why some of your rates could be affected was because of the way Celadon operated their company. What we learned in an interview we conducted a couple of years ago was that they were basically shrinking their network so that they could flow more density over fewer lanes. What that means is you may not find another asset-based carrier who can dedicate the same level of equipment that you were getting from Celadon. Now, with respect to are there other things that we should be concerned about, the answer to that question is yes. I've been quoted based on what's going on at various conferences and all as saying that we think there are other carriers that could close their doors. Think about what's happened in 2019 alone. We've lost New England Motor Freight, Lakeville Motor, and now Celadon, but we've also lost estimated to be more than 400 other carriers. And this is not something that we expect to see relief from in 2020. The reason for that is because the carriers are facing some significant headwinds. And that leads me to my final point. If you don't have the answer to the what if question, you need to give us a call right now. What am I talking about? Well, what if some of these other carriers close their doors? Or what if they restructure their networks? What is your game plan, your alternatives to address these kind of changes? You don't have to march off and say, geez, Mike, I don't know. You can give me a call. We've got a team of experts. Things like our rapid assessment can create all sorts of options for you. And we make all of this available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team. We're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.